Welcome to Scrub Daddy Case Study. As you probably know, Scrub Daddy is a household product that gained widespread attention due to its unique design and functionality. It's a smiley face sponge made of patented material that changes texture based on temperature. The company behind Scrub Daddy was founded by Aaron Krause and appeared on the popular TV show Shark Tank, gaining worldwide exposure, especially also through social media. This product's idea first started in 2006 when the founder invented a more comfortable way to clean his hands with a urethane foam buffing pad. This new sponge worked perfectly, and he decided to patent the design and started also to sell it. Unfortunately, it was considered only non-essential and overpriced. After selling his previous company, Aaron forgot about it. A few years later, he rediscovered the sponge and used it to clean items in his household, making him see the product's potential again. So, with newfound faith, he started grassroots marketing and then managed to get a feature article in the Philadelphia Inquirer, which caught the attention of an investor. In 2012, Scrub Daddy Inc. was officially founded. Popularized by its simple, useful design, it became famous thanks to the American show Shark Tank, where the founder showed off the product and, with an amazing pitch, was able to convince Lori Greiner of his product. From there on, the startup grew into a very successful company, with revenues of around $220 million in 2023. This video will show you how Scrub Daddy navigated the challenges of introducing an innovative cleaning product to consumers. To answer this, we will see in details other questions. Starting right off with, was Scrub Daddy a lean startup? Yes, it was. As we know, lean startups are a relatively new type of methodology that develop product or ideas without wasting too much money or time. This type of startup prefers to create a minimum viable product, or MVP, over a fancy one that takes time to develop and then may fail. The base idea is to define an iterative development based on feedback that uses resources efficiently. This obviously still entails some risks, as founders and CEOs have to make agile decisions, but far less than the normal modus operandi. Scrub Daddy tackles all of these characteristics, and that is why we could have considered it a lean startup in 2012, as the MVP is simple and works on the surfaces it is meant to, and many others. Additionally, Aaron, after discovering it again, tested the sponge with his close circle of family and friends to improve it until he was able to attract an investor. To do this, he used mostly his savings and did not waste time or energy to better the prototype. After he gained confidence in his final product's abilities, he also took strategic decisions such as joining Shark Tank. Now that we know that Scrub Daddy was a lean startup, we also need to discover why it gained success in Aaron's close circle of friends and family, but also catch the eyes of an investor. So, how did Scrub Daddy differentiate itself from traditional sponges and cleaning products? Scrub Daddy can be considered a normal sponge, but since it catches the attention of an investor, it must have key winning factors. One of these might have been the jobs that Scrub Daddy achieves and that the competition doesn't. Scrub Daddy differentiates itself because it helps you clean normal household objects, but it also changes from soft to hard based on the temperature, which saves the need for additional sponges or cleaning tools. It is also made out of a polymer, which means that it will last longer than average sponges, and it additionally does not scratch any surface. These are the jobs to be done that the customer ideally needs from cleaning supplies, but only Scrub Daddy can give. Aside from these great characteristics, its design is also a relevant aspect, as it unifies functionality and practicality with a smile. People will be naturally drawn to the smiling faces. They will like the functional design, and they will also love the ease of use. So, now we know both how Scrub Daddy Inc. behaved at the beginning of its career, and how the sponge was able to get visibility between customers. But how did Aaron, the founder, manage to fund the Scrub Daddy Inc. in 2012? Before going to specifics, it is important to point out that Aaron was very lucky and smart. His idea could have easily been stolen or copied if it was not for a small detail that helped him be exclusive. A patent. In 2007, when he just created the first sponge, he was able to patent the ornamental design. This was fundamental for his success story, and also for his multiple future patents, like the one on the thermochromic foam cleaning pad and the production methodology in 2012, when the company was officially founded. This key element is based on the fact that Aaron had faith in his idea from the beginning and decided to play it safe and have exclusive right on the smiley sponge. The patents also helped a lot in showing investors the marketability of the product, which was and is memorable, always needed, as people always need to clean their household items. These patents also protect the idea nowadays, making Scrub Daddy quite unmatched and popular. But back in the day, it was not yet as popular. Investments made the difference. The first big investor noticed Scrub Daddy thanks to the feature article in Philadelphia Inquirer. This initial push made it possible to create the company in 2012. After that, the very enthusiastic and informative pitch that was able to convince 3 out of 5 investors in Shark Tank to find a deal with Lori Greiner for 20% of equity, which brought Aaron great success. Other sources of investments were also made from crowdfunding and strategic partnerships, some of which enabled by Lori.